just put this on top of the Rolex. And I lift this and there's this little Rolex under. These people don't care! Why can they afford to take Justin? I can't. They put it under a stupid box. It's actually a really sick box. Hi guys, I'm Patrick.
I'm Adam.
And welcome to
Properly Wound,
where we offer you a consumer's opinion on everything watch related. And today we have a watch accessory review. This is our second one in the series. We had some great straps in, and the first thing I want to mention is a big thank you to, I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. If I am, please correct me. But Akos Balog. Akos, thank you for these straps. These straps are some of the, I have no idea where you have them manufactured. I'd love to know, because I'd love to acquire more of them. But guys, we have some PhenomeNato straps in for you today. As a matter of fact, we have matching straps. The hardware is a little different, and to my understanding, one of these is the HD version. One of them is the standard. And
Yes.
I'm gonna let you decide in the comment section down below. You can tell us which one you think is HD, which one you think is standard. And note, the HD one has thicker hardware and a slightly thicker weave to the strap. I'm gonna let you figure out which one's which. Because legitimately, they're both awesome. I hate to preface this review by just saying that, but I think they're awesome. But yeah, what do you think, Ben? I handed Adam his a little while ago. We're rocking them on our Omegas right now.
Yeah, both of our Megas respectively. Also, just want to say, guys, we are not getting paid to do this review.
I'm getting paid.
What?
You're not getting paid for this?
What? We're not getting paid to do this review, but we did get these straps for free to review. So we're going to give you guys our detailed opinion.
I guess we should, yeah. Disclaimer. Future disclaimer, anytime we talk about something on the show, it's likely we're not getting paid. If we are sponsored, I'm going to put a huge thing on the screen that says we're sponsored, because that's legitimate.
Exactly. But we got them for free, which is pretty freaking cool too.
Oh my god, I totally pay. I think they're $45.
Yeah.
HD's a little bit more expensive.
So we did the Blue Shark not long ago, and we have these in now. And so far, so I've been wearing this on my Speedmaster, like exclusive.
You've been wearing your Blue Shark also on the Speedmaster.
Yeah.
Not to compare the two, because they really are apples.
I don't want to compare them at all. I want to just do a review kind of just on this one, because they're both very similar, and they actually have different characteristics that are not better or worse.
Yeah.
But if you would like prefer one thing over the other, then you can do that. But anyways,
this is by the way, on this B-cam when you showed you that, this is actually the box it comes in, and you'll notice here that this box, it's a very simple insert. I believe he sent it in a padded cardboard box, by the way, just so you guys know what you're getting when you get the item. And of course you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram. I feel like I should plug them for doing this. Thank you, Akos. Anyways, off to the side.
Yeah. So this is like the perfect NATO for this watch, right? Because it's a Bond NATO.
Makes sense.
I really do love the sort of matte nature of this strap, and I like how the gray is actually slightly darker than some of the grays that you might get from some cheaper brands.
You get like a more dramatic contrast between
the
black and the gray.
and
it's very subtle.
It is nice that the gray is a little bit darker and you have a little bit more of that subtle difference. Couple things to note, I guess. It is a NATO, so there's nothing too crazy about this, right? The hardware is definitely top-notch. This is the polished hardware, as you can see. It's pretty thick. I do like how it's squared off like that as well, not rounded. I think the squared hardware sort of gives it a more kind of more expensive
industrial,
feel.
But
industrial,
also
yeah.
It feels rugged, even though it's high polish.
And then you can see the buckle here is very unique too. It has has that rounded edge to it. So I guess biggest things to note here. Number one, there's a lot of space between the pass-through loop and the top
and the
loop,
top keeper,
which is actually kind of cool. I like that, because sometimes if they're a little bit too close, it might be sitting a little too high. The buckles might be sitting a little bit too high on the wrist. Second thing, this strap is extremely long.
Yes,
like probably the longest I've ever.
But we picked the standard size too.
Okay.
And there's a longer.
There's a longer one.
But this is an appropriate length for a nylon strap, in my opinion. You think it's
agree.
too long? Or
no, I don't think it's too long, but it is longer than most.
What you expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Another really cool thing about this, so this keeper right here, or this piece of hardware is fixed, But unlike a lot of other NATOs, this keeper is floating.
It's a sliding keeper. It's a slide lock system.
The slide lock system.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty cool, which is pretty unique. You know, you can sort of adjust it however you want it on the wrist.
And you know what? That's probably my favorite thing about this strap, guys.
Yeah.
If you know of another brand that does a sliding keeper, let me know. Let's share that info because it's the best feature of this watch.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And so, lastly, the biggest difference I think in terms of wearability is the sheer length of the top part of this of the NATO strap. A lot of NATO straps, the buckle might be probably maybe somewhere around like here or so. You guys will see. You already have it on the wrist.
I do.
The buckle, even if you just have it centered, the buckle wraps almost all the way to right under the wrist. It probably for you too, right?
Yeah, and you can kind of see just from our main cam here, guys. Now, and wow, we're going to give this a numbered review at the end, and I'm going to be very favorable to PhenomeNato. Again, you know, if you guys know me, I wear a lot of bracelets. I tend to prefer bracelets, but nylon that's done right just wins me over every time. Yeah. And this strap is done so well, guys. This is it's it's got 3 keepers, so it's not a Zulu. A Zulu would have 5 of these keepers. But by the way, guys, it's the perfect length. So when you wear a nylon strap, the buckle, any strap, any bracelet, any leather strap, the buckle should be directly behind your wrist, just opposite the watch. That tells you that the length is accurate. So 1, the length is perfect on this strap. These keepers are amazing. I have the brushed version, and it's very, very subtle, but you can see very fine brush strokes on this. And again, hardware is nice and thick. Strap is nice and thick.
Back to the buckle real quick.
Yeah.
As opposed to most other NATOs that you get, you'll find that usually the buckles are sort of off to the side, sort of right on the edge of the wrist, right? I've actually never come across a NATO like this that fits so well, that has that buckle sitting right underneath your wrist, right underneath sort of the watch head.
And you can actually see right here, this is a perfect example. That's really how every strap should wear. The buckle should be polar opposite. Your clasp should be polar opposite. And this one succeeds so well. And by the way, guys, I'm not going to tell you how to wear your strap, but what's touted as the proper way is how I have this one affixed. And you know what? A lot of the times, these straps aren't a long enough length to where you can actually double over and wrap it around the top like that, but this one is.
So you do it a little bit different from me.
Yeah.
I usually tuck it in instead of towards the outside. But this is a perfect example. You can see how the floating keeper comes in place here, because you can swing it all the way down to the bottom if you'd like, or you can adjust it and push it up all the way up to the top, which actually changes the look of the watch too. Because you know, a standard NATO would kind of be maybe like right around there.
Yeah.
So if you kind of want to double up almost and keep it nice and tight, you know, it's actually pretty customizable to how you want it to look.
I kind of
really cool.
Illustrate one more, because again, people wear these in all sorts of manners. I want to illustrate one more way that this sliding keeper is phenomenal, as the name would suggest. This is another way I see these straps worn, right? And you've got the sliding keeper on top. Now, you know, you'll notice it's pretty bulbous. What's great about this keeper is you can slide it and cinch it down. It provides a much cleaner aesthetic on the wrist. And you know what, guys? You know, these might sound like minor improvements, but if you're into watch accessories like us and switching out your straps, having accessories that pair well with your watch and look good while they do it is amazing. It's like, I mean, like, why not treat yourself to the best accessory? You deserve it. To me, this is honestly the best nylon strap I've ever worn. I mean, it's a really beautiful tight weave, and I'll do a close-up so you guys can see it. It's got this beautiful tightly woven seatbelt style weave. And again, same with mine, that gray is very nice neutral gray tone, and it's very close to the black. It's only just off a little. And it pairs really well with my dynamic. I didn't think it would. At first, you know, with those yellow accents, I thought this is something that Beetlejuice would wear. I don't know. For some reason, it feels like just a very goofy aesthetic with this, but it works very well. And again, you have so much leeway here that you can wear a much bigger watch on this strap as well. And of course, they have varying sizes. Now, and before I move on to any of the negatives, I'd like to say that look how many holes there are on this strap. And by the way, they're really like tightly spaced, so you can get a very exact fit for your wrist. And again, we both have 7¼ inch wrists, but whatever your wrist size. They sell a longer strap if you have a larger wrist. I can't imagine you needing anything other than the standard. But one of my complaints is the fact that they don't have very many options by way of color. There's a dark navy, there's a black, and then there's this, I'm going to call it the Bond style NATO, but it's black with gray stripes. That's it. Those are the only color options. You have 2 hardware choices, polished or brushed. And then, of course, you have the HD and the non-HD versions of this watch. So slightly thicker weave, slightly more durable. Do I think you need the HD version? Probably not. I mean, you probably get away with the standard version. And again, I'm not going to let you know which is which because I think they're both incredibly durable. It's really a mental game at a certain point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You feel like you should treat yourself to the best, but the standard, even with Blue Shark, I felt like the standard was the best.
Yeah.
For me at least. But yeah, this is like the perfect length for a strap. I love the sliding keeper function. The buckle is sort of waist thin. It doesn't feel very rugged. However, it does do the job well. And I don't know if this buckle's replaceable. I haven't tried, but it pairs so well with the strap that I haven't even bothered. But it's nice that they continue to the brush strokes on the back end. It feels of quality, and if that's what you were looking for, and you were looking for a black, blue, or Bond style strap, then I would say go with PhenomeNato.
Yeah,
Easily. Because I don't know anyone that makes a comparable strap that's this, and like, again, I've been wearing this, I've had this for, I've had it for a while. The holes on this look brand new. Can you tell which hole I've been putting the buckle through? Like, it's in pristine condition. Whereas I'll have some straps where I'll wear it for like a month and you can see it start to tether. I wish I had one of my other nylon straps in front of me, but I could give you an example. In closing, I think this is one of the best straps in the market. I would give it, honestly, like a 9.5 out of 10. They could have definitely more selection, definitely more options color-wise. The customer service is great. I mean, Ecos is very responsive. I don't know where you can get these other than their website, PhenomeNato. Maybe expanding their market would be a cool thing because a lot of us sort of trust certain brands or groups to buy from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether for a return policy or just their customer service.
I would give it a like at least a 9 out of 10 as well.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think compares? Like, if you're in the market for this, what is the next comparable NATO or nylon strap? Because he buys way more than I do.
Yeah, but I never really spent a lot of money on NATOs, so like Blue Shark's the only one I could
really
compare it to. But
really quality ones.
And there's a very different aesthetic, with that. Obviously, with the kind of, we talked about how some of those seatbelt style ones they have, which is considered, what is the Blue Shark with the seatbelt?
Alpha.
The Alpha strap has sort of that shiny look to it, right? And this has more of that matte look. So it's really up to you as to what you'd rather have on your watch. You know what I mean? What complements a certain watch. I mean, if you have like a vintage watch that's all brushed and pretty much dulled out and beaten to shit, you're probably gonna want a little bit more subdued look with the NATO, as opposed to maybe a brand new Speedmaster Pro.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd have that on you'd like to have that on a shiny seatbelt.
How does it look? Can I see that? I want to see that on the B cam really quick. How does that complement the watch?
What do you think?
Yeah, comment in the comment section down below. What do you think? I think it's a really good marriage between strap and watch. It just looks really good. It's like a nice thin size. It doesn't protrude too far out from the lugs. Really, really clean aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about this nylon strap. It feels durable, yet it's super thin. And you know what? By the way, before we close this video out, I might as well tell you like how thin it is, millimeter wise. I think it's literally like 1 2/5 of a millimeter. And so it's a very, very thin strap. So it gets away very well. Didn't add too much girth to your wrist. Like, it doesn't make the watch sit too much higher off the wrist. It's just a really good design. Yeah. 9.5. PhenomeNato. Nice. 9.5. It lives up to its name. Guys, if you enjoyed this review, I'll encourage you to hit that like button. That's what you do. If you disliked it, then
we dislike you too.
I don't think there's a button for that, actually. I think they got rid of that. If you dislike them, then just forget it. Just go to a different review. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, guys. We do this twice a week. Why haven't you subscribed yet?
Subscribe, guys.
But no, we love seeing our family grow. We love sharing our thoughts in the comment section with you. So if you're part of this family and you watch these videos regularly, I'll also encourage you to comment in the comment section down below. If you have one of these PhenomeNatos, please share your experience with us. Am I crazy? Am I crazy to give it a 9.5 out of 10? Just, did we even mention that it's a 10 scale? 9.5 out of 100. Yeah, guys, we like the watches. We like all the watches.
We like them all. And you know who else likes watches? Our Facebook group.
That's right.
Properly Wound. And you know who else? Our Instagram handle. At Properly Wound. And our website. Dedicated to watches. Properlywound.com.
We have a website.
So check us out there,
dedicated
guys.
to watches, guys. There's a little sales section. There's a blog section. There's everything for you if you're interested in watches.
Damn right.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on this episode today, and we will catch you on the next one.